Hello guys, this is Mohammed Kai, and today I'm going to talk about negative effects of smartphone addiction on students of North South University in context of their physical health and academic performance. So this is basically my presentation on the topic which is stated on the title. In this presentation, I have stated all internal data collection, background hypothesis, observation, and elaboration on the topic I researched and the family I concluded. My topic on the basis whether what I actually researched on was credible or not, or whether my research possessed inaccuracies. Actually. Thank you. So let's get started. So first of all, let's start with introduction. So we all know smartphone is a gadget which took the world by storm. It has now become a must essential nearly for every human being. But behind such intense demand for smartphone, little are negative effects. It all are highlighted. So in the following slides, we'll learn how negative effects of smartphone addiction, as mentioned in the title, affects the N.S.U students context of their physical health and academic performance. So let's go to background. The main motivation which prompted me to create this research paper is due to various individuals in various places which I have visited being so engrossed with their smartphone that they are basically completely unconscious of their surroundings, which is baffling to me. So I was intrigued to discover how negative effect of being addicted in this smartphone and all of these gadgets. So the hypothesis I was expecting that there are mainly four hypotheses. So first of all, is students are affected largely by smartphone addiction, and this leads to consequences in academic performance, such as bad grades. Second of all, the probability of students not being academically satisfied of being smartphone could be very less and impossible, as data will provide us valuable insight, right? Then the third is smartphone addiction is strong connected to the development of various health hazards such as insomnia, sleep reduce, etc. And lastly, students' addiction to smartphone can have simultaneously effect on two aspects of the same time, namely both health and academic performance. So I have prepared some research questions to ask. Like I had a lot of questions, so I'm just giving here some main question which I asked, obviously. So first of all was what is smartphone addiction? Then what are the specific risks associated with physical health of students due to overuse of smartphone? Then thirdly, is it possible that smartphone addiction only negatively affects of physical health of students but not their academic performance, or like vice versa of this question? Yes. Then fourth, how can students' addiction to smartphone affect their academic performance? What could be the causes behind it? And lastly, could it be possible students might not face any negative effects in their physical health and academic performance despite being addicted to smartphone? So my methodology, I use quantitative methodology in order to collect data for this research. So the participants of these questionnaires were all N.S.U students, as I'm doing it mainly of North South University students. I created 13 questions and it is written here. So let's jump into the survey questions with response. So if you see, my question was a student's academic performance would not deteriorate regardless of his or her addiction to smartphone. Here, interesting fact, here 40% disagreed with me, only 20% strongly agreed, and 13% strongly disagreed. Okay. So secondly, data collection regarding social occurrence and relation smartphone addiction effects from audience. So those who are mostly affected with smartphone are to suffer from loneliness or depression for not being able to make friends. So if you look at closely, 46%, almost half of the people say it will be likely that they would have that they will suffer from loneliness and depression because they won't be able to make friends. So Let's go to next slide where I have asked smartphone addiction can be one of the causes for obesity among students. And if you see 53% students agree, that means more than half students agree yes, and 40% strongly agree. That means only 7 to 8% people said no. Otherwise, the whole population said yes. Then the last question I'll be showing here: smartphone addiction contributes to development to social awkwardness. So here, if you can see, 40% strongly agreed and other 40% just agreed. So again, 80%, more than 80%, almost 90% students agreeing it. So yeah, let's go to the data analysis I have gathered from the question. So for the data analysis, from the selected four survey question, it can be safely concluded that students due to being addicted to smartphones are most likely to suffer from depression and loneliness for not being able to make friends. And furthermore, although there have been mixed response towards the notion that students can be academically sound despite being addicted to smartphone, but majority of the students response like more than half, like 53%, concluded with their responses that students who are addicted to smartphone will have academic pressure labs and they cannot perform well if they're addicted to smartphone. So on the other hand, the responses from two questions claim that smartphone addiction is directly linked to obesity and social awkwardness. So my research data is kind of similar to the following that I already researched about the COVID-19 and the other stuff. So it was the same. So let's come to conclusion. So as the conclusion, in order to know whether or not all the students of Bangladesh are also susceptible to the negative effects of smartphone addiction in a similar manner, a much larger and comprehensive research comprising is a very large sample audience needs to be carried out if this research was to be generalized to the entire young adult student population of Bangladesh, which means if we need to go all out to prove this, we will be needing the all universities, not only North South universities, but hence proof North South university people are having these problems because of addiction to smartphone. Thank you so much everyone for listening. That was all from me. Once again, thank you. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.